Hello, good morning, friends. How are y'all doing today? Happy Thursday. It is Throwback Thursday. I already shared the actually new spread. Okay, so this spread is all about this full moon. Definitely check out my previous post to go see that. Also, did you happen to see all the announcements that I made while I was gone? Yes, definitely go check that out. Some new online retreat options, as well as a new way that I'm going to be doing my readings. Super excited to be able to offer all of this to y'all. And we have some catching up to do today, don't we? So let's go ahead and get started. So we are going to be starting with Monday, and then we will finish on today's poll. So this video might be a little bit longer than usual, so let's go ahead and get started. Our prompt for Monday from my Bury Yourself Witch prompts is, how can we best regain some autonomy in our lives? So, hey witch, we have the Seven of Wands reversed, okay? So this card is very much about us figuring out how to use our voice, us figuring out how to ask for what we need, okay? So if you are wanting more autonomy in your life, if you are wanting to be able to stand up and speak your truth, you're gonna have to start fucking doing it. And that's definitely an oversimplification, right? Especially if we have been kind of allowing other people to steer us the whole time. So if this is new for you, perhaps something that you can be doing is figuring out exactly what it is you want first. As an example, if you want a little more creative freedom, being able to ask for that, being able to set boundaries around that so that you have that space to be creative. It's all gonna come back down to asking for what we need, y'all. Which I know that isn't always the easiest thing, right? But this is how we regain that autonomy, okay? So how are you going to stand in your truth today to set yourself up for success? Moving on. All right, so Tuesday's prompt was, how can we best excavate our confidence? And y'all, this one, let's get into it. So, hey witch, we have Metamorphosis reversed, okay? So upright, this card is very much about change, growth, healing, acknowledging the amount of change that we've gone through. So if we really want to excavate our confidence, we are going to have to work through any kind of denial of our own healing journey and our own experiences through that journey. As we continue to dig deep, we are going to dig up so many different things about us. Some of those things might seem pretty positive and others are going to seem pretty fucking negative. Sometimes we might find a little extra resistance. So we need to be looking at that resistance and figuring out what is holding us back. Is it simply, again, oversimplification, simply the fear of change? Or is it something deeper? Something that we need to completely excavate in order to find our confidence? If you've been on this healing journey for any amount of time, whether you are where you want to be or not, you have changed and you have grown. Acknowledge that. It's not a bad thing to acknowledge how far you've come. Just don't forget to also acknowledge what work is still left to be done. That's how we're going to gain our confidence. We gain our confidence in understanding that this journey is going to take some time. This journey is probably going to be a lifelong venture of figuring out who we are and how we get to navigate this world around us. Because the world is always changing and so are we. This excavation of confidence is going to be an ongoing thing, friend. So how are you going to show up for this journey each day? Go ahead and pop that in the comments too if you feel so inclined. Okay, on to Wednesday's poll, okay? And I think it's pretty fun because as I shuffled, two cards popped out. So these are going to be for two different sets of people. So the prompt for Wednesday was, what new fire is being stoked within our souls? So as you listen to each of these descriptions, I want you to pick out which one feels more like you and work through that. So, hey witch, for some of us, this new fire has everything to do with being able to find our direction again. It's almost as if we have felt lost, confused, even misunderstood in some way, okay? It's almost as if we haven't really been able to move forward in the ways that maybe we even intended to. I almost get this sense of like roadblocks. I saw like a barriers coming up that we were not expecting and we didn't know how to navigate our way through. That of course doesn't mean that all is lost. This simply means that we are being redirected in some way. Whenever we are asked to refocus, readjust, adjust our sails, so to speak, it just means that we are entering a new phase. And with each new phase, we need to be ready to readjust and refocus and even take a look at our goals and our aspirations and make sure that they still fit. As we continue to change, so will our goals. And that's okay. That's not a negative thing, okay? It can feel kind of negative in the moment for sure, but it just means that you are being readjusted, friend. So how can you use this time to firmly readjust your sails so that you continue to head in the correct direction for you? Let me know in the comments. Alternatively, our second card is the King of Pentacles, okay? So for you, this is very much about rekindling this fire of your own worth, who you are and what you're about. This new understanding that you are able to stand in your power and you are building something beyond you, okay? Something that is going to last beyond your physical existence on this earth. And, you're doing pretty good monetarily as well, okay? And this isn't so much like having everything perfect, okay? Having everything in order, everything exactly where you want it. This is very much this fire being stoked that you are able to do these things, that you are worthy of these things, that you deserve these things. So allow that fire to continue to roar, my friend. And add some wood to that fire as well, okay? Keep that fire going because you are worthy of the things that are entering your life. So start believing it. On to our final prompt, okay? So this prompt is for today, all right? So today's prompt is, upon whom can we rely the most right now? My favorite card right here, which we have the Empress here, okay? So whenever I see the Empress show up in aspect to this question, I think about someone who exhibits a caring nature, okay? Someone who is caring, someone who is loving, someone who is kind, someone who has compassion for you, someone who shows up for you and takes care of you whenever you need it. Someone who is very in tune with love and that energy of being able to share that love with other people. Someone who embodies peace in their life as well. Someone who is in tune with their creative energy as well as being in tune with the earth around them. For some of us, this might represent more of a mother type figure, okay? It doesn't have to be our actual mom, but someone who maybe represents that role in our lives. And if you are someone who works with a goddess, this could definitely represent your goddess as well. Whenever we are digging deep like this, we need to be able to step into this self-care, okay? Taking care of ourselves behind all of this work is super important. And I kind of get the feeling that this is where this card comes into play. Know that as you continue your healing journey, you are being loved and taken care of by energies that maybe you don't even understand right now. Energies that maybe you're just barely tapping into, both in this physical plane as well as the other planes. I feel like this card is also a call for us to lean into our softness just a little bit more. And I know that feels a little backwards looking at the world and how not soft it is, right? But I think we need a little more softness in our world, a little more love, a little more peace, a little more kindness, compassion, all of that. So if you made it all the way here, good job. You stuck around through all of the polls. We'll be back on schedule moving forward, all right? Either way, let me know how these lined up for you. If you pulled cards for yourself in this time, let me know how your polls treated you over the time that I was gone. Either way, I will be here sending you so much love, holding space, and shining the light out for anybody who needs a little help finding their way home. And I'll see you next time, friends. Bye.